I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate today is all about saving money in real estate. Number one, Stephen Bader is here. Go solar. Please do yourself a favor. Also, we have Joel Lazar and Jason Johnson. Pre-construction condo. Money to be made there. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, but with my attorney advice throughout the show. Any questions whatsoever, have people standing by to answer them. The phone number's on the screen. It's 407-205-0400. If you want to start the house hunt this week and you're looking for your dream home, you will need to get a pre-approval letter. Dallas Lehman with You Have Mortgages standing by at the very same phone number, 407-205-0400. I have an amazing show on tap for you today. You cannot miss one single minute, and let's get right to it. But first, it's time for the opening statement. Today's show is all about how do you save money in real estate, and two things really come to mind when I think about saving money in real estate. The first one is really the biggest no-brainer in real estate for me, especially if you're a homeowner. We get so used to paying these electric companies. Whatever they say, our whole lives, we just pay whatever the electric company says that we have to pay. If we don't pay the electric bill, what happens? Our lights are shut off, and that's why I went solar. If you go to my house right now, I have solar panels on my house. I was paying $500 a month for electricity last year. This year, throughout the summer, I've been paying $50 a month. I think we all have summer electric bill fatigue, if you will. We can't wait for the holidays to come, not because of Santa Claus. We can't wait for the holidays because we're sick of paying the electric bills throughout the summer here in Florida because it's terrible. You have options. You can go solar, and I can almost guarantee you, at least at my house, we saved a ton of money, and we saved a ton of fighting at my house because when they turn it down to 67, 66 degrees, I don't yell at my family anymore because I guess I really don't care in a lot of ways because our electricity bill is now so small. Number two, how do you save money in real estate? I know many of you come to me and say, hey, Justin, I'm looking at buying a second house. I'm looking at buying an investment property. What should I do? Should I go buy a beach condo over in Daytona Beach? Should I buy something near Disney? What about a condo-tel? Do you know what a condo-tel is? A condo-tel is really set up in a way where you can purchase the real estate, not a timeshare. Don't confuse me here. A condo-tel is a place where you actually purchase the real estate. You purchase that individual unit. You use it when you want to, basically, but then also when you're not using it, they rent it out for you almost like a hotel. And then where do you think that money goes? That money goes to cover your expenses. So now all of a sudden, you own an investment property or a second home that you enjoy using, but you don't have to pay for it. The condo-tel is a fantastic way, if you're looking for an investment property or a second home, to actually acquire that without having to have a huge monthly nut and expense every single month to have that second home. It's a great show today. But first, real questions. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, I ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, I'm so blessed to have Stephen Bader, the COO of IQ Power Solar. We will also be joined by Joel Lazar and Jason Johnson of Sunset Walk Residences adjacent to the Margaritaville Resort. It's going to be a great show. But Steve, let me start with you, buddy. How are you, first of all? Good to see you. You look very nice today, by the way.
Thank you.
The B's here, that means Bader, right?
Yeah.
Or Bentley or Bader, I'm not sure.
Just Bader.
I love the cufflinks, I really do. You know I went solar. This is not us just talking on TV here. I went solar through your company. Thank you First of all, my electric bill, $50 a month. We're not fighting at my house, but one of the things that we've talked about before is that the tax issues, the IRS, the opposite of consequences, the IRS benefits that you get when you go solar. With me, I was going to owe $10,000 last year. Filed my taxes. I owed $0 in taxes. But my understanding is this IRS plan, or whatever it is that really helps people when they go solar, might be going away. How does solar help me with the IRS?
Well, it's not that it might be going away. There's already a plan that it's dissipating. In 2006, during the Clinton administration, there's a 30% federal tax credit that was put into policy that was due to end in 2016. In 2016, it was dedicated to through 2019, and then starts to downgrade year after year. So, at the end of last year, it went from 30% to 26%, and in a few months, it goes down to 22%, and then at the end of the next year, it goes away for good. It's already started. It's defined, and it's going away. And for people that don't really understand what the tax credit is, it's a credit. It's not a rebate. It's not a deduction. It's a dollar-for-dollar credit that you get for anything that is qualified under the solar tax credit. So, the average homeowner spends $30,000. They're going to get a $7,800 tax credit, which is essentially the IRS paying $7,800 towards their solar.
Yeah, I mean, now is the time to do it. I don't think there's any question that if you want the tax benefit, now is the time to go solar. But it brings me to another question too, because you can go to any Publix down the street and buy Coca-Cola, but then you can also go to that big box store and buy the brown soda, so to speak. I mean, all soda is not created equally, is what I'm trying to say.
How much did Coca-Cola pay for that?
Nothing, actually, believe it or not. But is it like that in solar too? Because when I drive down the street, I see this house with the solar panels, another house with solar panels. Are they all the same, or do we have a Coca-Cola versus the soda pop?
Well, to be honest, when it comes to photovoltaics or the solar panels themselves, there are a good amount of manufacturers that make a really decent panel. I guess what's going to decide the better quality of life or customer experience, for each customer is the person that installs those panels, right? Because when you buy solar panels, you're not buying a panel. No one says, this is the panel I want. I can't wait to wake up and just look at it, right? You're buying an outcome. You're buying what the panel is going to do. I don't think there's any serious brand loyalty when it comes to one manufacturer to the other, but I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a good warranty process in place with the installer. Now, the problem with that is there's maybe 2% of installers that actually install their own sales, right? Most solar installers are a sales model where there's a salesman goes out, gets a contract, and essentially sells it to a subcontractor. But, with IQ Power, we're a full service model. We warranty our systems. If you get an IQ Power system, you have an issue in a year or 5 years or 8 years, you're going to call IQ Power, and an IQ Power van is going to come.
Because there are going to be questions, I think, when you have solar, or even maybe someone just wants to make sure they're being efficient with their solar energy. Mm-hmm. And the problem I think that I've seen, and because as a lawyer, I get a lot of people coming to my office saying they want to sue this solar company or that solar company because there have been a lot of these sales models pop up with solar, unfortunately. That's not you guys. In fact, what I have seen is you have your own trucks that go out there. Someone has a question. Someone wants to know if their system's being efficient. You guys go and check on that. You have a full service model, if I'm not mistaken. Is there like a warranty I need to get, or that's just how you run your business?
So it's interesting you brought that up, and I'm just going to go on a limb and guess what's causing their need to sue, or the catalyst for their frustration, right? Because we do get calls, and we go and try to service systems that we didn't install, and this is where the value of the panel or the panel itself and the manufacturer location is so important. We just went to a house about 2 weeks ago, and they're mad because they called their salesman, and their salesman said, I just sold it, you got to call the installer. They call the installer said, I just install it, you got to call the manufacturer. They call the manufacturer, they gave them a hub center, and they got to send the panel back to South Korea. So they freak out, they call IQ Power, we go there, and we call it, hey, we're IQ Power Solar, we're servicing this, it needs warranting. It took us 4 days just for them to say that we have to send it to South Korea. Now it's going to take 7-8 weeks to get there. There's a 2-month review process. It's going to take 6-7 months to warranty this panel. Yeah. Now, and that's the problem, right? I see that every day because 40% of our inbound calls are from systems we didn't install, and they can't get a hold of the people that sold it to them. And this is literally as early as 3 months ago, right? So And that's why we use a panel there's a 30,000 square foot facility in San Antonio, Texas. We're a warranty center. We use them for two reasons. One, it's one of the most amazing panels in the market. It's top technology. And that's not at the expense of a high ticket, right? It doesn't outprice the market. And they're extremely easy to warranty with our relationship and the pedigree of our service model. So,
and I have firsthand knowledge of this, and look, we can talk about all this stuff too. At the end of the day, though, we're saving money per month, and a significant amount of money, and no one can ever take that away from you. I don't know how we've been trained that whatever this energy company says that we have to pay is what we pay, that there are no other options, because there are. And I'm glad I did. It's IQ Power Solar. Call me right now. I will connect you with Steven, 407-205-0400. Even if you want to talk to me about it, say, Justin, come on, nudge, nudge. Is it really that good? We'll talk off the air, and I'll tell you exactly what my experience has been like with IQ Power Solar. And last question for you, Steve. But you're going to stick around for the real estate roundtable too, though, right?
Yep.
All right, good. Well, last question for right now. Because when you came out to my house, again, I thought you were going to send someone on the roof and say, okay, put the panels here, and that's it. But you guys were in my attic. You were looking at my insulation. You were looking at all sorts of different things in my house that has nothing to do with solar, at least in my mind. What really happens when I call you to come out to my house to do a consultation about solar?
Well, one of our core competencies is reduce before you produce, right? You're supposed to reduce your electricity waste before you produce your electricity demand. And the reason is, again, you're buying an outcome, right? When I come to your house and I say, hey, what do you want to achieve with solar? You say, I don't want to pay a $500 bill. Okay. Well, I can get rid of $450 of your bill. Do you care how I do it? I can either do it by selling you $65,000 worth of solar panels, or I can make your house extremely efficient, and your gross investment is now $40,000. So, and in reality, not only do you have the production of your own electricity, but you have the peace of mind knowing that every single system in your house is the most efficient that it can be.
Thanks, buddy. I'll see you here in a few minutes. Do yourself a favor. Please call IQ Power Solar. Come out. It's free consultation. They'll be happy to come see you, tell you what solar can do for you. They're the only solar company in town that I trust, and I'll connect you right now at 407-205-0400. Have to take a quick break, but when we come back to this saving money in real estate, a lot of you want that second home or that investment property, but we just don't know if it's in the budget to pay the mortgage, the HOA fee, all of these fees every single month to have that investment home. Is a condo-tel a way for you to actually get an investment home, get a second home without all of the monthly expenses of owning the entire condo yourself without having any help? You want to do everything on Airbnb yourself? Do you want to go clean the place between visitors yourself? I don't know. Maybe a condo-tel is the way for you to go. We'll talk about that and much more. See you in just 1 minute. It's You Have Real Estate.
Just in case you haven't heard lately, mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.
Welcome back to You Have Real Estate. Today's show is all about how to save money in real estate, and what better way to save money if you want to find an investment property or a second home to look pre-construction. But what is pre-construction, you ask? Also, what about a condo-tel? People ask me all the time about what is a condo-tel? Is that a good investment? When you put these two together, a pre-construction condo-tel might be a fantastic way for you to invest your money. We don't know what's going to happen with the stock market. I know you love Robinhood or whatever, and everyone's killing it there, but we don't know what's going to happen in the stock market over the next few months, even a few weeks. I have no idea, but I know I always like to look at a good pre-construction condo-tel for a way to invest my money. Who better to ask about a pre-construction condo-tel than Joel Lazar, Jason Johnson? Gentlemen, how are you?
Hey, we're doing great.
The residents at Sunset Walk pre-construction condo-tel. What does that mean?
All right, so actually that name, the Residents at Sunset Walk, is a temporary name because we're in the final stages of affiliating with a major brand. which maybe we'll unveil on your show if you're nice to us.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But the condo hotel is basically that. It's a hybrid form of real estate that combines the features of a condominium with a hotel. So eliminates, as you were talking about the Airbnb in the introduction, it eliminates the stress. It's stress-free. It's turnkey. It's just easy.
How does a condo hotel then differ? Because I know timeshares get kind of a bad rap from a lot of people, of
Right.
course. How does a condo hotel differ from a timeshare then?
Oh, it's a real simple difference. A timeshare basically is a fraction of ownership, but with these condo hotels, this is deeded ownership. You own it all year round, all 52 weeks. Now, with this specific condo hotel, you can't live in it all year round. You can't. It's for vacationing. It's for investment. You will be limiting you to 20% usage per year. 20% of the year.
Sure, but most people, if they do have a beach house that they go to, maybe once every couple weeks or so. I mean, you can still use it though. It's just you can't use it every day or every weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And once you hit that 20% mark, then you're just allowed to rent it out.
Now, this place is at an awesome resort, too, by the way. This isn't just some condo hotel going up in the middle of nowhere. This is adjacent to the Margaritaville Resort. Jason, I think that's where you really come in. I think it's still a hidden secret, a hidden gem for sure, this Margaritaville Resort.
Well,
what's going on down there?
We are working on that.
Yeah.
We opened up January of last year, 2019. And hit the ground running. I think the curiosity factor, I think just the brand itself and being kind of the brand new destination resort in Central Florida had a lot of attraction and a lot of attention. And as we rolled into 2020, like a lot of everyone else, obviously the wheels came off. And so now we are reopened. We opened up May 15th with all the appropriate safety, security, distancing, all the appropriate cleaning measures, making sure everybody's comfortable and happy and safe. But we've been enjoying remarkable occupancy over the last 120 days. Yeah, we're poised to come out of this thing very, very strong. But to your point, it is an amazing resort. It sits on 300 plus acres. There are so many different activities and amenities that are continuing to be built. But if you haven't been out there, I think
it's a beautiful place, actually. And not only the hotel, not only the water park, the slides for the kids, the restaurants there too. What restaurants do you have?
Fantastic. Yeah, it's at the promenade at Sunset
We were
Walk.
just talking about that.
Yeah, so there's currently we've got Yeoman's, which is a British-themed pub. Capone's Pizza. Forge Garage is fantastic. There's El Jefe's Tequila and Mexican. Gloria Estefan and her husband closed down Bongos, and they opened Estefan's Kitchen.
Right.
Due to come, is that where you're going to go? Is BB King's is going to open up the Wharf, which is a very, very similar, almost identical version of their Lafayette's version, and then we just got the name Lizzie's Memphis Barbecue by BB King as well.
And keep in mind, the residents at Sunset Walk soon to have a name coming with it too. They just can't tell us yet. Understand that. You can walk there. I mean, you can walk to this whole water park. You can walk to these restaurants. This is a big community. But what we're trying to do now is really sell these new units there pre-construction. And Joel, there's some benefits to buying pre-construction.
Oh, absolutely. If you have the patience patience for getting information, because right now, if you see on the photographs, those are architectural renderings. We don't have the real nice virtual assets that we would have. We don't have all the pricing information. We don't have all the amenity information yet. So if you have the patience to get information, the advantage to you is you're going to get a lower price and you're going to have greater selections.
I think some people decide to buy that beach house in Volusia County or whatever that they try to use on the weekends, only to find out the HOA says, oh, no, I mean, if you want to rent it, you can only rent it 6 months at a time, something like that. So a condo hotel is a totally different way to have another place that you own. Again, it's not a timeshare. This is a place that you own. You own that condo there. It's just that someone else is going to rent it for you this whole time. You don't have to go there and change the sheets every time you have a visitor. They are going to do that for you.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think, a lot of times a great investment, Joel. I mean, there's no question in my mind whatsoever.
And it's zoned short-term rental, so you have no restrictions. You can rent it out nightly, weekly, monthly. No restrictions whatsoever.
And just to piggyback on that, not just the cleaning and the maintenance and the upkeep and changing the sheets and all that, but the marketing of it and getting the occupancy in there, getting the guests to know where you are and how to make a reservation and all that. is part of what I think the big advantage is, and that's what our efforts are, is to make sure that everybody knows that that property's there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That brand affiliation is like
Yep.
putting a condo on steroids in terms of rental.
And you can say what you want, but those of you that do the Airbnb on your own, it does become, if not a full-time job, certainly a part-time job, just dealing with the reservations and meeting them with the keys or whatever it is. Renting something your own on Airbnb or Vrbo or whatever they're called is, it does become a job. A condotel is totally different. It's a totally different concept. A condotel means they are taking care of absolutely everything for you. You're just cashing the checks at the end of the month. Hopefully, I mean, of course, it's we're not guaranteeing anything. We're saying that's the idea, is that you buy this place, and then at the end of the month, you actually make money off of owning it. That's what we all want to do, is make money, I think. But there are some ways to really sign up for this right now, Joel. There's some ways for me to really lock in my place in line, so to speak. What do I do?
Yeah, since the marketing and sales is way ahead of the development, we're doing a priority launch concept here. So all the interest right now is being drawn to a priority wait list, and you can register on the priority wait list with just your name and email address, and that's condohotelpwl.com. And at a point forward in October, you'll get an email that gives you access to a priority reservation system. And that priority reservation system, you'll be able to secure a sequentially issued reservation with a $1,000 refundable deposit. Then, in the order that you secured your reservation, you'll be able to attend a priority selection event in person or virtually and make your selection on November 22nd.
How does the process of actually buying something pre-construction work? Do I come in and stroke the whole check before we even break ground? Do I close at the end? How does this pre-construction thing really work?
Once you have your reservation, you need to prepare for a deposit if you're domestic, 25%. If you're a foreigner, 35%. You have to have that deposit at the selection event or before, or cash verification. You'll sign a contract, and then the rest of the funds would not be due until closing, which will probably be November of 2021.
It's just such a fabulous resort altogether, and this place is really right there in the heart of it all. It's its own little town in a lot of ways. I see it as its own little community down there, this Margaritaville Resort.
When you roll into this resort,
you feel
you're
different.
immediately transported to a stress-free, always fun, beautifully landscaped environment.
I've always thought that I was a second home on the beach, second home condo on the beach kind of guy, but I get the same feeling, if not better, when I roll into this resort down there, because there's so much to do. You can stay on the resort for days. As the kids start yelling at you to go to Disney, you're like, you know what? I'm having a good time right here at the resort. But I was shocked to hear last week when I saw Joel again that the hotel is actually doing well, because we keep reading in the newspapers that
It's doom and gloom.
hotels are firing everyone. We got no guests whatsoever. I heard something totally different about Margaritaville.
And we can't be grateful enough for the position that we hold in the marketplace, but I would put it out there, we are one of the, if not the busiest resorts in Central Florida, especially Orlando right now. And I think I equate a lot of that to what Joel said, is there is so much activity, there's so many things to do, and it's all basically right through the entrance of the gates. And even if the kids are yelling to go to Disney or to one of the other parks, we have transportation included. So you can get into the parks, you can get into the activities, but then you can get out of them. And I think that's where our audience lives, is they want to participate, but they don't want to be engulfed with all of that.
Don't even bother renting a car.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
not needed.
And to your point, the extended, the lengths of stays, from all the amenities and things we have to do there, you can spend a good 3 or 4 days and not do the same thing twice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Pre-construction condo. What a great investment. In my opinion, a great investment tool. Joel is our thank you, buddy.
Great,
You're going to stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable,
will.
I hope.
Yeah.
Jason Johnson. Great to see you
Good to
again,
see you as
man.
usual.
You come back
Yeah.
and see me soon, please.
You too.
Visit him at Margarita. How do you find out more about Margaritaville or the resort?
Easy. It's a long website, but if you go to Margaritaville Resort Orlando.com, or you can type in Google Margaritaville Resort Orlando, it'll take you right there. But
Good deal.
that's
Thank
been
you
fun.
very
It's
much,
my
buddy.
pleasure.
Quick break. We'll be right back with your questions on the Real Estate Roundtable.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. all under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.
A final segment of You Have Real Estate for this Saturday, and it's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, I answer your questions from throughout the week. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, You Have Real Estate, ask me a question right there, and we just might answer it next week here on the program. Let's start with Henry in Kissimmee. This is for Steve. What down payment do I need for solar? What do you think?
Most of our programs, there are no down payment programs. And really, it's all we have. There hasn't really been a scenario where they need a down payment. So it's pretty easy.
No down. I already did it. It's no down payment. I paid nothing. The interest rate is very, very small. I'm very happy with that. I mean, you said I could stroke the whole check if I wanted to, but with no down payment, small interest, I mean, I'm paying it over time.
Yeah, it's kind of designed for it to make more sense that way. Because at the end of the day, you're either saying, hey, let me pay for the program that's less than the electric that it's saving, or I'll just keep paying the electric bill.
Susan in Melbourne asks, why is it good to purchase pre-construction, and where exactly is this resort, Joel?
Well, this resort is located at the heartbeat of the #1 vacation destination in the world, which is the Orlando Kissimmee area. So we couldn't be in a better location. I joke about it a lot that we can shoot an arrow from where we are to the Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Property.
You don't want to do that. But.
No, you don't want to do that. My daughter would kill me. She's an animal lover and a pre-vet student. But we're 5 minutes from the Disney gate. It's unheard of to have all the amenities that we have and the features that we have at this resort and be located where we're at.
And what kind of difference does it make, though, the fact that your pre-construction condotel is going to be right there within this bigger resort that has all of these amenities? It changes a lot, doesn't it?
It sure does. There's always something to do. We have critical mass, and we're building more critical mass with more entertainment coming, more restaurants coming like Lizzie's and The Wharf. It's huge.
Good deal. Maria in Marion County, love the show. Justin, what are the tax benefits of going solar? Stephen Bader.
Right now, there's a 26% dollar-for-dollar tax credit, assuming you pay taxes.
Good job. Stephen Bader, COO IQ Power Solar, Joel Lazar, this awesome pre-construction community that we have coming up right now. There's a website to go to, though, for you. What is it?
Yeah, please go to condohotelpwl.com, condohotelpwl.com.
If you want to invest in the Condotel, 407-205-0400, and I can connect you with Joel. Or if you want to try solar, like I did, you're tired of, what did I call it, the summer electricity bill fatigue? Because people get tired of paying that every month, Steve. They do.
Yeah.
I will hook you up with Steven right now with IQ Power Solar. Same phone number, 407-205-0400. Thank you, sir. Joel, great to see you again. Thank you very much for being here. Most importantly, thank you for joining us here on your Saturday. Any questions at all? If you want to show your home on our show, we'd be happy to do so. Pre-approval. Dallas Lehman standing by at the same phone number, 407-205-0400. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and this is You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. I love spending my Saturdays here with you on You Have Real Estate, but did you know you could listen to us every single weekday, Monday through Friday on Florida Man Radio Network, 105.5 FM, 660 AM. Love seeing you on TV. Can't wait to talk to you on the radio.